right, so I'm 12 years old, and I'm sitting on the toilet in the corner stall of the bathroom trying to run away from my science teacher's bad puns when a girl from my class named Caitlin comes into the bathroom with a friend, and I realize that she's talking about me. And she's saying, how does she even, exist? How did she come to be? Like, where did they find her? I mean, and if she doesn't have a mom, does she even know how a tampon works or what mascara is? I mean, how is she going to learn how to be a girl? And to be fair, Caitlin did have two things right. One, I didn't know how a tampon worked because I was 12 and I didn't get my period till I was 14. But two, I don't have a mom. I was actually raised by two dads. The very first gay couple to jointly adopt a child in Los Angeles, California. And when you are on the precipice of change and your family doesn't really look like other families, people talk. So in June of 1995, in Los Angeles, the political climate was like a solid lukewarm, and my parents appeared on the cover of a magazine in an article entitled "Two Men and a Baby." And in it detailed some very publicized rumors and gossip about gay parents raising children. And one quotation that stood out to me is from the director of social services in Los Angeles, and it said something like, you wouldn't put a child on a 10-story building ledge. You know that it's dangerous. It's just evident. And gay parenting is the same thing. And so my parents were like, maybe Los Angeles isn't it. Let's get out of here. So they heard about Minnesota. And they heard that Minneapolis had really good school systems and a really great LGBTQ plus population. So they aimed for Minneapolis and landed in Wayzata. So close, but no cigar. And I was, once again, the only kid in my school that had gay parents. And I remember sitting silently working on a school project, and this kid, Austin, in my class, said really loudly, hey, it's like the whole class could hear, and he knew that. He was like, hey, Carly, is it true you have two dads? And this other girl at my table quickly jumped to my defense and was like, well, yeah, I mean, of course, a lot of people have two dads. And he was like, yeah, but hers are gay. And I was like, no shit, Sherlock. But then when I looked around and I saw the class was laughing, I realized that they were laughing at me and not him. And my parents knew that they couldn't control what other people said about our family. So they just did their best to make sure that we knew how much we were loved. So for every F word that was thrown at them, we got 100 words of love thrown at us. And they filled our house with so much joy and serenity that if anyone said anything bad about gay parents, it was just so laughably contradictory to what was happening inside of our house that I quickly became to understand that I think people gossip about stuff they really have no idea about. Because what Caitlin and Austin and the conservative newspaper writers of California didn't see was how Daddy Dave always packed an extra dessert in my lunch because he knew that I was going to share with my table mates. And Daddy John would cut my bangs so I could see the world a little bit better. And when the world saw two men and a baby and they thought dangerous or weird, they didn't see my parents' eyes filled with pride when I graduated at the top of my class in college. They didn't see how they rushed to my side when I endured life traumas. And so what they said instead was, hey, when people talk, don't listen to them. And you get to choose what your family means about you. And they said, close your ears. And they always recited a poem to us. And they said, when people talk, say this in your head instead. And it went, not flesh of our flesh, nor bone of our bone, but nevertheless, still our own. Don't forget for a single minute, you weren't born under our hearts, but in it.